Hey guys, Mr. V here in my recording booth, and I am going to walk you through today's activity. Now, I'm going to try to keep these instructions short and sweet, but if you got to pause at any time or double back and watch something again, okay, don't worry about it. Go at your own pace. But before I teach you about today's stuff, I got to recap what we talked about yesterday because some of you might have been gone and some of you might not have been paying attention. So, I'll recap. There's a lot of problems on the table for the British government. And one of those problems is that their communication with their colonies in America is not going well. Every time Britain faces a problem in America and they try to solve it, they're getting pushback from the 13 colonies, okay? Whether it's the land or how to deal with the Native Americans or how to handle the government or how to handle the debt, which is the big one. Okay, the colonists just don't seem to want to listen. Now, why is that? Well, to the British government, it feels like the colonists are being really spoiled and entitled, and they should just sit down and do what they're told because they're colonies and they need to listen to us. But to the colonies, it's a totally different thing. In the colonies, this feels very random from the British government. Because remember, the colonies had 150 years of basically not being told what to do and getting to do whatever they wanted, as long as they stayed out of trouble. So now for Britain to come and clamp down and want to be mom about everything, the colonies, they don't like that. And another thing is that the colonies think that all of these new solutions are really unfair because they don't get a say. Remember, back in Britain, in the government, there are no representatives of the 13 colonies. Nobody in the colonies has a say in the government. So whenever a law gets passed, the colonists are miffed because, well, we didn't get an opinion, so why should we have to listen to it? Now, the big problem is the debt, okay? The pre-war debt was big. The post-war debt was even bigger. And the British government realizes if we don't start paying some of this back, we're going to go bankrupt and the nation is going to fall apart. So, how are we going to do that? Well, one of the ways we're going to do it is we're going to pass a few taxes on the colonists. Now, these aren't huge taxes, okay? They're not crazy, but they're a way for the colonists to start paying back their fair share to help with this debt that, let's be honest, they kind of helped build. All right? So now you have the background. Let's dive into the assignment. Here we go. All right, here we are in the assignment. You will, of course, have this on a piece of paper. You should have already gotten one. And the only other things you'll need is a pencil to write with or a pen, and your iPad, which you're probably watching this on right now. So let's dive into the instructions and see what job it's asking us to do. It's called Taxes, 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 and I'll read it for you. To pay off their massive war debt, the British made a plan to have the 13 colonies pay for a small part of it. That's what we just talked about. Through different laws and taxes. These were known as acts. Now don't get confused. An act is just another word for a law. So when you hear the blank act, just translate that to the blank law. Okay, it doesn't always have to be a tax, but a lot of these are taxes. And these created a huge stir in the colonies. Your job, this is important, listen up, is to research each act and find out three things. Its purpose, so why was it created? How the colonists reacted to it, so what did they say? What did they do when they heard about this act? And how the British government responded. So once the colonists reacted, what did the British do? Did they get rid of it? Did they add on more? Did they do nothing? Did they ignore them? What happened? Now, the only other important thing you got to notice here is this. You will only receive points for answers written in complete sentences, all right? You guys aren't third graders, and I know you can write complete sentences, so no two-word answers and no phrases that don't have any punctuation, all right? Add your periods, add your capital letters, write like 8th graders. Cool? Cool. Now you got 5 acts: the Sugar Act, the Stamp Act, the Quartering Act, the Declaratory Act, and the Townshend Act. All right? Now, this side just shows you what they were called and what year they came out. Okay? Don't worry about this box. This one's just for show. These 3 boxes are what you got to do. What was the purpose? How did the colonists react? And how did the British government respond? All right? Why was it made? What did the colonies do about it? And then what did the British government do about it? If you want it even simpler. So, how are you going to find this info? How are you going to figure out what to put in these boxes? Well, luckily for you, Mr. V has already done the research for you. Let me show you. Let's go to Canvas. Whoop. Okay, we found it in Canvas. It's called the Axe Research Sheet. It'll be published by the time you're watching this, and there's only one thing in the instructions, and it's a link. So go ahead and click on that link. It's going to take you to a list of sources that I have already looked at and approved for you. You're welcome. All the answers you need will be in these sources. Now, you don't have to look at all of these sources. For every act, I provided a written one for my readers and a video one for my listeners. You can pick which one you want to use. And if one isn't working for you, try the other one. All right? Now, for this example, I'm going to help you do the Sugar Act, which is the first box. So pay attention here. By the time this video is over, the Sugar Act on your paper should be completely filled out. All right? Let's do it. Now, for this one, we're going to do the written source because that's just going to be easier. All right? I'm going to load this source up, Britannica, one of my favorites. All right? Now, I'm going to skim here. I'm not going to read everything word for word because I want to save some time. So let's use our skimming abilities and let's try to look for our first answer, which is, what was the purpose of this act? What was it for? So the British Parliament passed the Sugar Act in 1764. That doesn't help us. Let's try the next one. It provided for a strongly enforced tax on... Okay. Now we've got our answer. Let's read this one more closely. It provided for a strongly enforced tax on sugar, molasses, which is syrup, and other products imported into the American colonies from non-British Caribbean sources. Boom, that's our answer. But let's simplify it and put it into our own words, all right? So, what was the Sugar Act about? Oh, surprise, it was about sugar, but not just normal sugar, all right? The problem that the Sugar Act was trying to solve is that colonists were buying sugar from smugglers, and the British wanted colonists to buy British sugar because that way they could tax it. So what the Sugar Act was trying to do was enforce this buying of British sugar, not non-British smuggled sugar. That was the purpose of the act. So go to our page, and our answer should look something like that. All right? You don't have to copy my answer exactly, but it should be something along those lines. All right? We found our purpose. Now our next job is to find the colonists' reaction. So let's dive back into our source and let's try to find that one. All right. British Prime Minister George Grenville proposed the Sugar Act. It was actually a renewal of the unsuccessful Molasses Act. So sounds to me like they tried to pass an act way back when, it didn't work, and the Sugar Act was kind of like a new version of this old Molasses Act. All right. So we're going to skip that paragraph because it's probably just going to be about the Molasses Act, and we're talking about the Sugar Act. All right. Next one. Molasses is a syrup made from sugar. Okay, so still about the Molasses Act. Let's skip that one. The problem was that the British didn't adequately enforce it. Okay, the American colonies were able to get around it. Okay, this one's still about molasses. So, not the Sugar Act. Let's skip it. All right, the Molasses Act expired. Okay, again, about the Molasses Act. See, this is we're using our skimming to skip reading that we don't need. So let's go to the last paragraph. Under these harsh conditions, all right, nothing about molasses so far, the American colonists weren't able to acquire any foreign cheap molasses. All right. Oh, look at here. The sugarcane planters of the British West Indies gained a monopoly, talked about that word before, of the American market. So, because the colonies couldn't buy that non-British sugar anymore, because the British were locking it down, now the British were the only ones selling the colonies sugar. And what did the colonies do about that? All right. Oh, okay. Our next sentence has our answer. The American colonists protested the Sugar Act. And 2 years later, Parliament lowered the tax. All right. Now we've actually found two answers in that last sentence. So just goes to show, in your source, you might have to do a little bit of sifting before you get what you're looking for. But none of these sources are super long, so don't get discouraged, okay? Take it one paragraph at a time. So let's go back to our sheet. We know that what was the colonists' reaction? they protested. They didn't like it. They wanted to buy sugar from whoever they wanted to buy from, even if it was smuggled. So our answer should look something like that. All right. Again, doesn't have to be exact, but something like that. And we know that the British government, as a way of trying to kind of make the colonists happy, a couple years later, they lowered the tax so that hopefully more colonists would just, get over it and start buying British sugar again. So our answer should look something like that. And now you got the first box done and you know how to do the rest, okay? Stamp Act, Quartering Act, Declaratory Act, Townshend Act. Use your sources, take your time, do your research, and you'll be A-OK. All right? We'll have more time to work on this tomorrow, but for the rest of today, do the best you can. Watch any of these instructions if you need a refresher. But until I see you guys again, have a great day. Have a great life. Mr. V out.